Okay, so let's finally do a DVD update here. It's been a little while. I don't know exactly how long. I think it's been about 3 weeks since I made the last video. Hard to tell if this camera is straight here. Oh well. But it's been a little longer since I made an actual update like this. And I'm on my lunch break right now. I have to get back in about 40 minutes. I have nothing better to do, so I thought that I would just do a DVD update here. I have a lot of stuff. Part of the reason why it's been taking a long time is because I've been watching Roseanne, which I unboxed recently, and apart from the first season, which I had already seen, the show is about 75 hours or something. I'm not done yet, but I've been watching a lot of that. So not a whole lot of movies lately, but I still have a lot of things to show here now, and I'm gonna combine things that I bought recently that I've not shown you and things that I have unboxed, but I'm only going to be very brief about those because people don't want to see me talk about them again. It's just that I haven't said what I think about them, so I thought that I'd do that quickly. But I'd say maybe half of these I have never shown. I don't know exactly. We'll see. Yeah, I still have more left. I haven't bought that much recently because I have had so much, but let's just get started and hopefully I can get this done in one part. Maybe gonna have to do it in 2 parts because I have a lot of stuff. But I'll try to do it as quickly as possible. We have, I don't even know what the English title of this is. Adventures of Rabbi Jacob, something like that. Louis Defune movie. Bought this in Denmark, so it's a Danish edition, but it does have Swedish subtitles. They also had Oscar, which I regret not buying. Another Define movie. They were pretty cheap there. On Amazon they were more expensive, at least on the UK Amazon. But this one was a lot of fun. I'd recommend this for people who like Louis Define or French comedy or just comedy in general, because apparently it's the movie with the most gags per minute, according to IMDb. So then these 4, I think about a year ago I unboxed these, but now I've finally seen them all. Marx Brothers, 4 movies. A Day at the Races, Room Service, A Night in Casablanca, and At the Circus. A Day at the Races is a great movie. The other 3 are okay, or pretty well. They're not the same quality, but they're about the same. And this also comes with a bunch of shorts, like 10 shorts from MGM around that time, in the 30s and 40s, mainly 30s. So a very good set if you like Marx Brothers. And then these 2, Yojimbo and Sanjuro, Akira Kurosawa movies. Both were really good. Criterion Collection. So this is based. I don't know. The Sanjuro movie is a loose sequel, loosely based on Yojimbo. But you don't have to have seen Yojimbo in order to see Sanjuro. But Yojimbo is the one that is supposed to be the best, according to most people. But I kind of enjoyed them equally much. I thought they were both great. Then we got a movie that I was unfortunately very disappointed with, and that is Who's Afraid of Virginia Woolf. I just didn't like it. It started out good. I liked their very casual dialogue there in the beginning about what movie is this from. Well, if you haven't seen it, then. But they just talk casually after getting home from a party, and then they meet this other couple, and I just didn't like the way the direction the movie took, and the ending with the kind of big revelation or whatever that had been hinted throughout, or I don't know. I didn't really like it. I thought it was kind of strange, this movie. I liked it surprisingly little, I have to say. This movie, Ernest Saves Christmas, thought around Christmas time I'll get the Christmas movie. Ernest movies, there have been about maybe 8 of them or something, and I have 3 others since before. And surprisingly, I don't really like any of these movies particularly because they're not that good. They're very cheesy, very stupid and cheap and everything. And I guess they're supposed to be, but still, I've seen 4 of them, and I still kind of want to see more of them. They're just fun to watch, even though they're not very good movies. Then we got The Departed, which I had seen before when it came out. This one I didn't really get when it came out. I didn't understand it. It was too complicated, I think, for me, because I was like 14 or something, but I didn't really get it. But now I did, and it's really good. So, The Departed. Then we got another one I bought in Denmark. Actually, I bought a lot of them in Denmark, so I don't have to mention all of them. Dancer in the Dark. I'm gonna try to be brief here, but I remember years and years ago, probably 10 years ago, this is 12 years old, so might have been 12 years ago too, but I saw this on TV with my mom. I had no idea that I had, but then when the ending came, I'm not gonna spoil it, but when the ending came and what happens in the ending is about to happen, I sort of got this flash and I was like, holy shit, that's the movie I watched like 10 years ago with my mom. And that last scene always stuck with me. And somehow I just knew that that's this movie. This is the movie. I didn't have any reference or whatever to know that it actually was this movie, but I just recognized, I don't know, it was weird. But good movie for sure. I don't normally like musicals, but that was definitely good musical. And Björk is great. I mean, she could be an actress. I don't think she has done much acting besides this movie, but yeah, she's a good actress, as well as obviously a good musician as well. Smiley Face, a lot of fun. Greg Araki, a lot of fun stuff happening in this one. It's kind of a conventional comedy, but not really, because it has elements of kind of absurd stuff that is thrown in, which I wasn't surprised to see, because it is Greg Araki and he makes kind of fucked up movies. So I haven't seen that many, but I know that he makes fucked up movies, that's for sure. But I liked it kind of more than I thought, actually, because I had heard some negative things about it. This movie was pretty bad, grotesque. Yeah, I don't know, man. It was just meh. Maybe I should stop watching movies only because I've heard that they're brutal and extreme and graphic and disgusting. This fits into that description, but it's just not. They just don't do anything for me. I enjoy watching movies to seeing extreme sick shit, but this one, it was, I don't know. Then we have Sideways, which was a great movie, I thought. Paul Giamatti and Thomas Hayden Church, they have great chemistry, and their dialogues are just a lot of fun to listen to, and a feel-good movie, I think. Just a lot of fun, and not just a lot of fun. It's a great movie too. It's a recommended movie. Wow, I have a couple of Swedish things here. I thought that I would actually show in a separate video. Then Rules of Engagement, it was okay. I don't think I'm gonna continue with this show. Summer Rental, which was quite funny. I didn't like the ending. It was obvious that's where it was heading, because they sort of hinted throughout, and if you have seen these types of movies before a couple of times, you kind of know where they will head. But John Candy's fun, and just the stuff that happens before the whole boat race thing was pretty good, I thought. Entourage season 8, I don't know, I just got it for complete sake or whatever, but I mean I did enjoy watching it, but the last few seasons haven't been that great. Black Christmas, I loved the feeling that this movie had, the atmosphere and everything. The gore is pretty minimal, so if you're a gore hound, it's not the movie for you. It's not a horror movie like Grotesque. This is more like a creepy movie. I think most people know about it because it's a pretty famous movie, a Christmas horror movie. I love the ending, and overall it's a great movie, I thought. Tokyo Godfathers, a little weird. I mean, some of the acting, or some of the, it's an anime movie, but some of the characters, they just go over the top, especially that transvestite guy, or the transsexual person. He's just scary at times. His facial expressions, and he's leaning towards the camera, that's kind of stuff always kind of freaked me out, to be honest. Those animated stuff. Anyway, and then also just throughout their journey in this movie, there are just too many things that like loose ends that just magically connect with each other, and makes it extremely unrealistic and almost like just not the solutions to some things aren't that good. They're just very random, and I think they could have pulled it off better. But it's a fun movie. The ending was good, and it's not one of the better anime movies that I've seen. Although I haven't seen that many, but it still is a pretty entertaining movie. Dead End. It's a comedy, by the way, mainly a comedy. Dead End, a horror movie, which kind of a mysterious, creepy, supernatural horror movie. I like the ending to this when you find out what's going on. Then the actual last minute or so. I mean, you find out what's going on. Let's say 10 minutes before it ends, and then 1 minute before it ends, there's this final ironic twist, which is very characteristic for these types of movies, I guess. And I didn't like that very last thing, but the ending in general was good. And the movie is a lot of fun too. The parents act kind of funny at times, very kind of a black comedy at times, and I definitely liked that movie. This one was Pumpkinhead was fine. It's surprisingly, I saw it says Stan Winston here, and I just assumed that he made the special effects, but he didn't. He directed the movie, which surprised me. But and also the special effects does look like something that maybe he could do. So I don't know if him directing the movie had influence on the people who made the special effects somehow, but I don't think he was credited for any special effects or makeup or creature effects, or I might be wrong, but I don't think so. But yeah, it was okay. I didn't really understand the point with the movie. It's a horror movie; it doesn't have to have a point, but it just seemed kind of pointless. The color purple. This was the beginning of it's sort of two. Well, maybe not two halves, maybe three halves. I mean three parts. And the first one is very dramatic, but then the second one was almost a comedy feel to that, and I was very surprised that it was actually funny. I mean, it made me laugh a couple times, or a lot of times, and it just had a very light or uplifting almost feeling to it, which is weird after that beginning. And I also it was a little preachy, I guess, and I didn't like the ending, but overall I thought it was a good movie. But I have one problem with it, which was Danny Glover. He was like this evil character in the beginning, and then when it skipped ahead a couple of years to this whole comedic thing, in my opinion, then he almost appeared like a person who could very well fit in a slapstick movie. He was just completely different and just was running around and all clumsy and delirious, and I don't know. And then he changed again in the ending, and I just thought that what's going on with this character, So, but yeah, and then Whoopi Goldberg overacted a little bit, I think, and I did not like Oprah Winfrey in this movie. But yeah, still, all complaints aside, it is a good movie, I thought. This movie, however, is terrible. Dark Divorce. You know what? Let's just go on with the next movie. Tootsie. Dustin Hoffman 25th anniversary edition. Always wanted to see this, never got around to it. Now I finally did, and it's. I think if you would take this and Mrs. Doubtfire, I prefer Mrs. Doubtfire, although this one is, I think, higher acclaimed, or more regarded as a better movie. But I don't prefer this one. I think the other one is better. But this is it's just kind of plain, and not that much happens to me. Well, it's pretty good, but then we have 30 Rock season 3. I'm very happy that I found this for below £4, including shipping. New copy, because it's been a long time since I saw season 2, and I just enjoyed the hell out of this, and I'm gonna pick up season 4 as soon as possible, because I was just reminded of how good that show is. What the hell? I think I'm missing. No, am I? Oh, yeah. Okay, never mind. I thought I had 2 of these only, but I do have all 3 of them. It is Top Gear. The first one, well, I can just take it down from the shelf. I have shown it before, but this first one contains the first 2 DVDs basically. It has 4 specials, but it contains The Great Adventures 1 and 2. And it's thin, as you can see. And these 3 is only 1 number each, so this much is what's on that thin one. I'm explaining this terribly now, but they could have saved some space, is what I'm trying to say, for a fellow collector who has no room on his shelves anymore. But yeah, all of the Great Adventures I do now own, so I think they're a lot of fun. I thought that I would get the challenges too. Don't think I'm gonna enjoy them as much as I enjoyed these, but I don't feel like I'm done with the show, because I want to see more of it. Swimming with Sharks had a pretty dark tone actually, but it was pretty good. Kevin Spacey is obviously great in everything he does. Last couple things here. Big Bang Theory season 5, still a very good show. I mean, the episodes aren't as strong, they're not as funny, but at least they put a lot of effort into these practical and physical, and these jokes, these gadgets, and these that often is very nerdy. These items, like they have various different types of chessboards, and they have a bunch of memorabilia and just everything. A lot of fun items that they have on the show that they put effort in creating and coming up with, and that's something I appreciate with this show, more so than the funniness of it these days, because it's not as funny anymore. But the Slam and Salmon, which was an entertaining movie, it's from The Broken Lizard, from the creators of Super Troopers and Beer Fest. I don't think I've seen those movies, but this was pretty good. Finally, Gilmore Girls season 5 actually. So 5 seasons. I am not gonna deny I really like this show. 2 seasons left, I think. This season might be the best one yet. Maybe the season 4 is a little better, but this one was great as well. Yeah, I like the show very much, and I'm hopefully gonna pick up the next season in not too long. But there's a lot of shows that I want to see. So yeah, wow, 20 minutes. That's very very quick, actually, for me when it comes to this many movies. But yeah, so next update will probably be a while, but yeah. Anyway, yeah, thanks for watching, and see you next time.